Boom, it's a Sebs show, everybody. Welcome back. Today, you got me, not joined by Gibbs in Mexico, but we got me for the duration breaking down UFC on Fox 28, UFC Orlando, Emmett versus Stevens. Great fight card, in my opinion. Um, Sorry, guys, just got distracted for a second. Stevens versus Emmett, great fight right there. And then we got Jessica Andrade, Torres. Got Ovens and Latifi, and then we got, of course, Mike Perry and Max Griffin. Uh, just really good fucking fights. Um, Heated. There's a couple heated matchups in here. I would say a couple finishes I see coming through. But let's start this. Let's start the breakdown. Of course, coming off 0.27 units last time or whatever the fuck I won. We got to keep the ball rolling though in the green. And this week we got to start off with Manny, the Bermudez Triangle against Albert Morales. And let me just give you a little background on Manny Bermudez. Uh, Very tough guy. Used to fight at 145. So he's a huge bantamweight. He's about 5'10 with 72.5-inch reach. Big boy for the division. Um, great submissions, great jiu-jitsu. He's a jiu-jitsu ace, man. This guy reminds me a lot of Ortega. Um, not comparing his jiu-jitsu to Ortega, but just saying how opportunistic he is with his jiu-jitsu and the way he grasps onto the neck or whatever he does. He gets a lot of guillotines. I can see, but he's really active on bottom and everything, and he's got some good takedown defense. Kid's got some nasty boxing as well. If he needs to use it, it's nothing too dangerous, but it's enough to keep it on the feet and win him some points standing. He can win some points boxing. Um, Morales is 1-3-1 in his last whatever 4 fights or 5 fights in the UFC. So he hasn't had the best UFC career going ahead. This might be he might get cut after this fight depending on the performance he puts. Um, but Manny Bermudez trial, I see him locking like fucking Brett Johns really took down and manhandled Albert Morales, and Morales was working through a closed guard the whole time. Um, not really opening his guard to make any offensive movements or adjustments or anything like that. But he was keeping a closed guard the whole time. After that, he fought Andre Sukuntoth. Oh, sorry. After that, he fought Benito Lopez. Got handled by my boy Benito in the striking affair. Got dropped a couple times with some flying knees. This guy beat Andre Sukuntoth in split decision and then got knocked out by Thomas Almeida. Um, I'm not going to say he's a jobber because he's not. He's a warrior. He comes to fight. He doesn't gas. He comes to fight, man, but that toughness will only bring you so far, I believe. And against a guy like Manny Bermudez, who will cinch up a submission from anywhere on the mat, you got to be careful. And I think Manny Bermudez gets a submission here in, we'll say, the second round. I think he locks up a submission in the second round, so I got 3.5 units on Manny Bermudez at -170 to win 2.05 units, and I'm pretty fucking confident in that one. Next up, we got Alex Perez taking out Eric Shelton. I'm gonna be quick with the picks this week, guys. But we got Eric Shelton. I'm leaning Eric Shelton here, guys. I think he has the striking advantage. I know Alex Perez will want to take this down to the floor and do his work there and try and get another submission on his record. We've seen him already with 2 submissions, one in the Contender Series and one most recently in its UFC debut. Uh, the guy looks serious. He looks like a legit. He looks like a legit prospect at 125. And now he'll be facing Eric Shelton, who's another legit prospect at 125. And it's like Shelton keeps getting these killers too at 125 that like are making or breaking his career because of this win. Last week he's been getting Jared Brooks, fucking Pantoja. He's just been fighting a ton of guys. Who else did he fight? Janelle Lauza, Tim Elliott on the show not too long ago, but I think he needs a win here against Alex Perez to get the ball rolling. He build up on his last fight with Janelle Lauza. He looked good, man. He looked and he was smart with the takedowns and whatnot. He used his wrestling to control that fight. I don't think he uses his wrestling here. I think to stay standing for most of the time. And I think he's got good enough takedown defense to keep it standing. So I lean Eric. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so I said Eric Shelton over the course of 3 rounds will be able to, in my opinion, get the striking advantage and get the job done here. Next up, we got Ronnie Yahya taking on Russell Doane, and Russell Doane hasn't looked good in quite a while. Like, yeah, he knocked out Quano Quack, but man, he doesn't have the best striking ability, and he's not one of the most legit guys I see. He's not a future top 15 fighter. Um, he's still like he definitely presents a dangerous problem with his striking at some points. He's got a nasty high kick. He's dangerous at some points of the fight, but he's going against Ronnie Yahya, who I expect just to be the jiu-jitsu ace he is and take him down and brutally give him a beating on the floor. I think Ronnie Yahya controls this whole fight on the floor and thus giving him the win. Um, I think Yahya's looked good. He's had a streak as of late. Except the Joe Soto loss, he's won I think almost all his fights. Not all his fights in the UFC, but actually, you know what? He's not too bad with he. He only has 3 losses in the UFC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8-3, so that's a good record. I think he moves to 9-3 in the UFC and gets the job done with his jiu-jitsu, I believe. So I'm going with Ronnie Yahya here, guys. Next up, we got Marcin Prachnio taking on Sam Alvey, and I took Marcin Prachnio 2.5 units at minus 241 to win 1.03 units. I just think his karate is going to be too much for Sam Alvey. I think he swings these wild bombs, man. He gets very aggressive, and Sam Alvey's he's used to the guys that swing wild bombs, but he hasn't fought a big hitter like this in quite a while since he fought Derek Brunson, and we all know what happened in that fight. Um, I see fucking Marcin landing some shots early and getting Sam Alvey not stunned but like scared a little bit, and like we all know Sam doesn't like to throw. So I think Prachnio actually gets this done on decision and wins on points, just being the more aggressive fighter and landing more strikes than Sam Alvey. Sam Alvey doesn't land any strikes, so unless he changes up his game, I don't see it happening. I got Prachnio all day here. Next up, we got Alan Jouban versus Ben Saunders, and this is glass chin versus glass fucking chin. Um, pretty much, man. I don't know how else you gonna put it, but these guys both have problems with their chins and whatnot. Um, let's start with Jouban though. Jouban is my thing still working? Okay, so Jouban coming off that loss to Nico Price. Before that, not got knocked out to Gunner. Hasn't looked great as of recently, man. His chin has been fucking tested in half. And then you got Ben Saunders, who got finished by Peter Sabata in his last fight, and he hasn't looked great either. So you got these two guys and their friends, I believe, coming out of the Eddie Bravo 10th Plan Jiu Jitsu system, and like this has all the makings to be a good fight. But then again, who knows? But I got on Jouban to win here by knockout TKO in round 3. I think he just has the better striking. I think that jiu-jitsu is not going to play a factor as much as people think it is. I think it's going to stay particularly on the feet, and I think the Muay Thai of Alan Jouban is better than Muay Thai of Ben Saunders, and for that I'm picking Alan Jouban. I think he connects on more shots over the course of 3 rounds, and I think he finishes them in the 3rd round. It gives him a tap on the old jaw there. Doesn't have the strongest chin, Ben Saunders as well, so we can see him get knocked out pretty easily, as we saw with Peter Sabata finishing him. Yeah, we'll go with Alan Jouban here, 3rd round knockout TKO. Next up, we got Marina Moroz versus Angela Hill, and the next 2 fights I'm going super quick on, guys. Marina Moroz air striking 5 out of 83 strikes or 85, something like that. Man, she throws over 80 strikes, lands 5 in the Danielle Taylor fight. That's fucking horrible. That's fucking horrible. So I wouldn't bet on her, but I see a lot of people betting on Angela Hill, and good luck to all you guys like max betting her and double max betting her, throwing 10 units down on her. Like, good luck. Hope you guys cash. Yeah, that's a lot of balls though for some low level MMA. Um, I don't know. I don't see the same things in Angela Hill that everybody else is seeing, but I do see her winning this fight. Slightly on the feet, she has an advantage. At least she's more active. She'll throw more strikes, and she's gonna land more strikes. She throws more, and then, well, she doesn't necessarily throw more, but she will land more strikes. That's for sure. She's in and out with her movement, kind of like a Dominic Cruz. Uh, at least her movement per se. Um, it's really weird. The way she moves is very weird. It just reminds me of Dominic Cruz a little bit. But um, yeah, man, I think she does enough over the course of 3 rounds to get the job done, and I think she gets the job done in decision. She didn't look great in the Nina Ansaroff fight, her last fight out, but Marina Moroz looked like garbage against Carla Esparza, and I don't think Esparza is that good. I don't rate her that high. Um, I'm gonna go with Angela Hill here. Like I said, yeah, with decision. I already spent too much time on this fight, guys. Didn't want to talk about it for this long. So next up, we got Sarah Mcmann taking on Marion Reneau, and we're talking about this one even less. Sarah Mcmann got choked out by Caitlin Veer. Last fight hasn't looked all that great. Can't really be trusted at some points. And then we got Marion Reneau, who got a TKO late knockout, ground and pound on Toledo Bernardo. Another fight that's like it's past city for me. I'm passing on this. But if you guys need me to give you a pick, I'm gonna go with Sarah McMahon. I think she'll get the job done. I think she's a better grappler over the course of 3 rounds, and I think she gets the takedowns that you guys need or whoever you guys are betting on. But Sarah McMahon needs to win the fight. I think she went by purely out grappling her, and on the feet, the striking's actually pretty close. But I side with Sarah McMahon again, so I do pick Sarah McMahon in this matchup, and hopefully she gets the job done. Next up, we got Hannon the Baron Barao take on Brian Kelleher, and I got 5 units on the Baron to win minus 147 to win 3.4 units. I just think Boom. Okay. So I've probably been talking this whole time by myself. So the last thing I said was I've Hen Barao 5 unit play, and then was talking about how Mike Perry is just a better striker overall here. Um, I see he comes in as a better striker, more powerful striker, and over the course of 3 rounds, he has that to hit him on the jaw one time and make Max do another chicken dance like he did against Gillespie. I think he gets the job done. Um, I think his work with he's been working out with Jacare Souza as well. So that fusion, Mike Perry is just I think the better fighter overall here, and I think Max is showed a lot of heart in his last fight against Zaleski, but ultimately got finished. So I don't know where I would exactly where I would rank Max's like performances and whatnot. Hopefully my audio is okay right now, guys. Been having a lot of trouble with the audio. Yeah, okay, it's good to go. And yeah, pretty much I think Mike Perry gets the job done, first round knockout here. Not much else to say. Gets the job done rather easily, I think. Ovin St. Preux taking on Alir Latifi. I got Alir Latifi 2 units at plus 108 to win 2.16 units. I just like Alir here to grind it out, kind of like Corey Anderson was doing to Ovin St. Preux, but not get knocked out. Um, First of all, Lear's fucking super short, and he has no neck, so he can't get a Von Flu choke. So don't worry about the threat of the Von Flu. There's no threat of the Von Flu happening. And yeah, man, he's the better wrestler, and offense is pretty easy to take down. He doesn't have the best takedown, or doesn't have the best takedown defense. So when Alir's grinding that ass out, I don't see him getting up from the takedowns as well rather easily. I think he's going to be gassed, and he's going to be trying to go for something unorthodox to try and knock out Alir, but I don't think it's going to work. And I see Alir just grinding him out for the rest of the time being there, at least for 2 to 3 rounds there. So I got Alir all day. I know in his last fight, Alir looked good against Tyson Pedro. Completely showed why that hype train was derailed for a little bit. But then before that, he got knocked out by Ryan Bader. Ovens coming off that head kick knockout of Corey Anderson. Um, Before that, his two Ron Flu chokes. He's been on quite the streak over in St. Preux. So I don't know, but I got my boy Ali Latifi here. I think he gets the fucking job done. Over the course of 3 rounds, I think he gets a decision, grinding out OSP there. Next up, we're at the co-main event, Jessica Andrade versus Tisha Torres, and I got 5 units on Andrade minus 284, 21.76 units. So I'm pretty confident in Andrade here to get the job done. I think just with pressure and pace and volume and just all those strikes, she's going to be able to put a whooping on Tisha Torres. Tisha Torres is going to get overwhelmed by the pressure. She won't be able to take down Jessica Andrade, and she'll find herself in some deep trouble against the fence. I think Jessica Andrade's going to unleash a barrage of punches on her, and she might even get a late finish, but I see her going to decision with Tisha Torres here. Tisha looked really good in last time out against Michelle Watterson, and Jessica Andrade looked even better, mauling, absolutely mauling Claudia Gadela, just an absolute mauling. And to me, the winner of this fight gets the next title shot. So I think it's Jessica Andrade here, guys. I really do. I think she gets the job done over 3 rounds, and just to deal with her pressure of all those punches and everything is something else. I know, like, Tisha's got good movement and good cardio, so it's gonna go 3 rounds most likely, and she's tough. But so does Jessica Andrade, man, and she doesn't stop coming forward. She's a little fucking pit bull. So I got her all day against Tisha Torres here, guys, and I got 5 units on her. And for the main event, we got Jeremy Little, Ethan Stevens versus Josh Emmett. Completely passed on this fight, guys. Usually I bet on the main event, as you guys know, but I passed on this one. It was way too hard to pick. I think Josh Emmett is the faster, more powerful striker, but Jeremy Stevens just got that veteran grit. Just he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to win fights, especially with that low leg kick. I think it's going to be a problem against another alpha male fighter who doesn't utilize checking leg kicks. We all know Team Alpha Male doesn't like to check their leg kicks. So I got my boy Little Heathen winning here by decision, over 5 rounds. I think in the later rounds, Josh Emmett starts to gas, and Jeremy takes over and finds a way to win. At least win 3 out of the 5 rounds on the scorecard. So I'm taking Jeremy Stevens here. And yeah, man, little quick picks this time. Wasn't as long as it usually is, but hope everybody cashes this weekend. God bless, good luck, and let's cash this weekend. Let's get it. Me and you. Boom.